Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Matt. Today we are doing another pick a card reading, and the theme of the day is what truth do you need to hear from Spirit right now? So we have three groups, three Ace of Swords cards here. We have pile number 1 with the Mystic Mondays Tarot. We have pile number 2 with the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Tarot. And then we have pile number 3 with the Pulp Tarot. So, like always, we're gonna tune in, take a moment, breathe. We're going to collectively tap into the higher realms, higher dimensions of truth and light, and only bring through messages that serve and support the highest versions of yourself and the collective. And without further ado, we'll get started. Again, quick reminder, general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm still working on figuring out how I'm going to do personal readings, but those will be coming at some point, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, let's do it. Hello, pile 1. So you chose the Mystic Mondays Ace of Swords here. And today we're going to be looking at what truth you need to hear from Spirit right now. So we are going to take the deck and clear it. I've already saged it. And we're going to ask for my pile number 1, God, Source, Divine, for the highest good of my pile number 1 and the collective. What truth does my pile number 1 need to hear right now? I just heard a car engine start. So you're gearing up for something. There's a sense of anticipation. Okay, we have the Strength card out first. Pile number 1. You might be building and gaining sort of your confidence and strength within yourself, within your own sense of willpower and identity and your convictions, and protecting that. But let's see. Spirit, for my pile number 1. Okay, we're gonna take them. So we have the Sun card, and we have the Hierophant. There's definitely a spiritual, profound energy coming through. It feels like you've had to overcome some challenges in the past. It feels like relationships, it feels like situations with money, finances, home, work, mental health, emotional health, spiritual concerns. It just feels like you've kind of been... Okay, we have the High Priestess. Wow, very spiritual energy coming through. High Priestess next to its counterpart here. So yeah, you've been having to overcome some spiritual trials, and that is going to look different for everybody in different degrees. And even if the degrees of challenge vary amongst everybody, they can impact people in similar ways. Anything that you've gone through has really strengthened you and taught you how to strengthen your core, your solar plexus, your sense of worth and empowerment. And in this process, a lot of clarity has been coming through for you. So it's like this sense that just in you overcoming difficulties and kind of coming back to yourself and like what you need to do, it's like that's where the clarity's coming in. So it's like you're already sort of receiving divine truth coming through. A lot of you might be very psychic, and whether you identify that way or not, you may be pulling down truth from the higher realms and just from, you know, your inner knowing and your inner observation of the world and the universe. It feels like you've been working on balancing your light and your shadow. And this is the best thing that you can do for yourself, because it's creating a sense of wholeness within yourself. You've been working on balancing the material realm and the spiritual realm and the mental realm and the emotional realm and all your different aspects. I just feel like awareness is coming through with this eye here and just all this psychic energy coming through. You're just gaining a deeper awareness of yourself, of your divinity, of your purpose, of how you want to show up. And you've really been listening to the whispers, listening to yourself, which is really good. And it feels like you are looking onto brighter horizons. I feel like you do know, it's not even just a belief. I feel like you know that things are getting better and improving for you. I feel like you know that your confidence is growing. And, you know, that's just continuing. It's like the snowball effect. Your confidence is growing and you realize that, so then it grows even more. And then you just sort of like expand in this powerful, positive way. And I'm hearing you already know the truth. So this reading is really just confirmation of what you've already been working on. It's illustrating that, reflecting that back to you. But let's see what else wants to come through right now. Truth from spirit that you need to hear, pile 1. That's way too many. Truth from my pile number 1, spirit. Thank you. What truth does my pile number 1 need to hear right now, God? Wow, we have the star. Okay, so more of that hopeful, optimistic energy coming through, connected to the divine energy, being guided by the divine, trusting the divine, trusting your guides, trusting your higher power, trusting your star family, connecting with your star family. Yeah, again, this is just confirmation of that inner knowing and trust that you're developing and strengthening within yourself. Here, let me do that. Okay. For my pile number 1, what messages of truth? Okay, 6 of Cups. So for some of you, this could talk about tapping into that authentic, pure inner child space within yourself that informs everything that you do in your life, what you choose to do for a career, your life purpose, how you're connecting with other people in relationships, you know, the types of content that you're engaging with. It's like, it feels like you're tapping into sort of, it could be nostalgia, like things that you enjoyed as a child, shows, movies, music, stuff like that, and that's allowing you to tap back in to that pure space within yourself that's positive. So that's for some of you. For others of you, this can talk about kind, caring, warm, loving connections around you that feel familiar and safe. So we're going to expand on this, obviously, but yeah, this just feels very warm and loving. You have a very warm energy coming through. So if you're, you know, sort of in this void space and inviting in the new and it hasn't shown up yet, this is a sign that a warm, golden, healing energy is making its way in, which is beautiful. So let's see what else wants to come up for you right now. Whoa, we have the Tower card here. So this talks about surprising energy kind of coming out of nowhere. A lot of times it can talk about, rude awakenings. It can talk about unstable structures crumbling to the ground in order for you to rebuild on a more solid foundation. Maybe that's what you've been doing already in your life. But a sense I'm getting here is sort of that, like, the magic that you're inviting in is gonna kind of just, like, things are just gonna appear in front of you and you're not gonna see it coming. So the events in your life in the near future could be surprising to you. I saw 9/11 on the timer, which talks about one door closing and another door opening, an opportunity. So a lot of new things could be kind of coming into your life unexpectedly, but this feels like it's surrounded by a positive energy. So just kind of maybe this is a message to keep doing what you're doing and just let the surprises unfold and happen because it's all good, right? And maybe the new energy coming in is breaking down, continuing to dissolve the old energy that you're phasing out of your life. But we will see. Okay. My pile number one, what truth do they need to hear right now? Spirit. My pile number one. Okay, that one's come out. Okay, 4 of Wands. So that's more of that warm, content, happy, joyful, celebratory, stable energy coming through for you, which is beautiful. And it can also talk about union and partnership and love and weddings and all of that, divine counterpart energy. So with the 6 of Cups and the 4 of Wands, I wouldn't be surprised if you're not already in a relationship, that something is, being cooked up for you, like a union is being orchestrated currently, and you don't have to do anything to force that to happen. For those of you who are in a relationship and a connection, it definitely feels like a deepening and a taking things to the next level and sort of solidifying the deeper connection that's already there. For those of you who might be in a connection, but it's just sort of like a crush, or there might be feelings that have been unspoken, or things are just sort of developing. It feels like this recognition on the soul level. I mean, in any case, there's a recognition here on the soul level, but it feels like if you're resonating with this reading and frequency, that with these new connections coming in, you're going to feel a resonance in the heart space. You're going to feel drawn to them, and both of you are going to mutually show up and just flow, right, with a sense of warmth. So that's how you'll recognize these meaningful connections, is there will be a sense of flow and warmth and mutual ease between the two of you and comfort. That's really what's coming through. But let's pull some more cards. Now I'm going to pull from the Prism Oracle here. Spirit Truth for my pile number one. We have energy. So this is just that warm, fiery, charged movement energy coming through, manifestation coming through. It feels like you're kind of in a sweet spot energetically where, you might take a small action or a small step forward, and then things kind of flow from that very effortlessly and quickly. If that's not your experience yet, then, again, it's kind of like that snowball effect, that as you're gaining your confidence and optimism, things just sort of ramp up and happen with more ease and frequency. Okay, so for my pile number one, God, Truthful messages that they need to hear right now. What is the truth that they need to hear right now? Okay, space. Interesting. So maybe right now you're in what you might consider a void space, or you're coming out of a void space where nothing's really been going on, and maybe you've been distant from like other connections and relationships, or you've just sort of been you've cleared out what hasn't served you, and now it's like this is the void where everything else that's new can actually come in. So you're just kind of holding, you might be in a holding period right now where things are just waiting to come in, because it is coming 100%. So maybe this is just showing up to say, if you're feeling like nothing's happening yet, just wait, because a blank canvas is the best place to be in to create a new masterpiece with your life. And I know that that's what you're wanting on some level, or I feel that that's what you're wanting. For my pile number one, truth that they need to hear. Rest. Interesting. Okay, so we're talking about movement and momentum and confidence and hope, but we have rest right next to space here. So that does talk about you having been in a space where you're protecting your energy and you're allowing yourself to grow and evolve and develop this new confident and optimistic outlook on your own life, and the possibilities. Let's see. For my pile number one, what truth they didn't hear? Maybe this is saying that if you have been in a space where you've been moving energy and being very active and doing a lot, that it's time to take some space and to take a rest. Take it as it fits your situation. Because maybe this is saying, in order for you to manifest all the beautiful new energies that's coming in, all you need to do is sort of let go, create the space, maybe take some time away from all the movement, commotion, and just rest. And that's going to really allow you to expand and grow in the ways that you need. It's like when you exercise, those rest days are critical in order for that growth to happen in a healthy way, and so that you're not getting burnt out. Okay. There's the movement again. See? It's like, okay, this is making sense to me. And it's kind of already what I've been saying. It's like you've already been doing the manifestational work on the 5D astral, higher dimensional levels within yourself. You've been doing what you need to do in order to create what's next. But as soon as you kind of pause and rest and just allow, and maybe stop thinking about the manifestations or stop thinking about the future or whatever's next, even if you are hopeful and inviting that in, this is saying that the movement is really going to take off and happen once you can just kind of set everything down and just be still within yourself. So that's a powerful message. Next, I'm going to pull from this like handmade little deck that I made, which just has messages on it. So let's see, for my pile number one. Okay, this is the first one that came out, presence. There we go again, talking about that stillness and just allowing yourself the space and time to be, to not have to do quite as much. And this is really going to speed up just everything, the flow of everything. And I don't even want to say speed up as in like hurry up, because with spirit, hurry up and timing and it needs to happen faster, that's all the ego, right? And fear and attachment. The presence is just asking you to enjoy where you are so that you can enjoy just everything. Enjoy the present moment of where you are and be grateful and thankful for what you have, and be excited, be present with your excitement and knowing, which I feel that you already do know, that good things are happening. You just don't have to be as proactive at this current point that you're watching this video. You don't have to be quite as proactive because you've done so much of the work already. Okay, what else for my pile number one? What truth do they need to hear right now? What truth do they need to hear right now for my pile number one, Spirit? For some of you, this is such a random message, but I'm hearing something about minerals in your water or salt. Some of you need more sodium or salt, or potentially some of you might need to cut down on your sodium or salt levels. It's all about balance, but I am hearing something about salt and being mindful of salt intake. I feel like salt is a good thing. People need that. So that's just a message. Take it as it fits, but okay. Next card out, we have balanced masculine and feminine energy. Okay. So this is really saying if you've been in your masculine and making things happen, it's time to take a step back from that energy and lean more into your feminine energy to rebalance yourself and rebalance the energy so that the manifestations can come in and can stick, and that you won't kind of, your energy will be in a space to receive that rather than kind of fight it, right? That's really what that's saying. Also, it could just be saying, as you're kind of being present with yourself and getting in touch just with where you are right now, tap into the different sides of yourself, the light, the shadow, the yin, the yang. It's okay to explore these different parts of yourself that might seem, if you normally identify as feminine, it's okay to dip your toes into the masculine energy and see how that feels and supports you, because it's all meant to support you, right? We need that balance. Okay, so let's see what else wants to come up for you. Okay, refocus your energy. So that is talking about pulling your energy back in and sorry about that. I think really with this refocus your energy message coming through, it is just talking about like the pivot from being intentional and manifestational and broadcasting out a signal in a more masculine sense is to possibly just drop more into the feminine energy to receive everything, because that is how you receive that's how you manifest and get what you want, is by being able to receive it. And sometimes the energies of like doing and generating energy and receiving, those are on different ends of the polarity there. So this might just be reminding you to refocus to sort of the other step of manifesting, right? I'm gonna pull one more for my pile number one. Truth that wants to be known. Way too many. So let's see. Okay. Another message of truth that my pile number one needs to hear right now, Spirit. Okay. Interesting. Distorted or imbalanced. So, I mean, when I see this, it makes me think of just this balance energy that's being sort of asked of you at this time. Maybe there was an imbalance in sort of how you were showing up or trying to manifest. Maybe you were trying too hard, or maybe you were putting too much focus on sort of the good things that you're wanting to create. And it's like that is important for the sort of the first part, but now it's kind of time to let go. Maybe you're still phasing out some distorted or imbalanced energies around you or within you, so that these manifestations can continue to sort of drop in. We did have the Tower card earlier, so that can talk about old foundations crumbling that are no longer helpful. So, maybe you're still working on that. And as you're doing that, it's just sort of this dual process of continuing to dissolve that which does not serve or support the highest version of yourself, and dropping into your receptive space, so that and with full confidence and knowing that everything that you want is coming in. And it's possible to feel both renewed and cleared out and cleansed and ready for what's next, and also simultaneously sort of like two realities converging at the same time. At the same time, you feel sort of like the echoes of the old imbalanced energies, or sort of like those reminders coming up of, hey, this isn't good, this isn't the direction you want to be going in. And so you're just sort of being reminded to check yourself, and to check like when you may be slipping back into energies that aren't a match to the things that you're creating, right? So this is just a reminder to be mindful and aware of like your own energy and like the feeling of it. Like, do you feel like you're trying too hard and creating frustration for yourself? Or like, do you feel like it's all sort of in your mind and in the energy, but you're getting frustrated because it's not happening in front of you? It's like, when that is the case, it's time to just sort of let go of everything and just be where you are and enjoy where you are, and just be present with like the energy flow of your body, and how you're eating and all of that. Okay, so lastly, I'm gonna pull for you an Angel Answers card, and we'll see, Spirit, what truth do you want to relay to my pile number one? What truth does pile number one need to hear right now, God, for their highest good? For their highest good. Okay, that's coming up. So we have Ask Your Angels. To me, this looks like the Hermit card, almost like the hermit who's been on a journey for a while, just with the cloak and everything. And it's like they're finally like reaching sort of their destination, or that light that they were journeying towards. And there's like this sea of gold in front of them in this like palace. So, it definitely feels like you're on the right track with just like positive focus and looking towards the light, and knowing that like you're nearing this like new experience, right? And this is just a reminder to maintain your connection with your guides and angels, and ask them for help. Ask them for that clarity. I mean, when you watch a tarot reading that resonates with you, that is divine clarity coming through, which on some level you're asking for because you're watching, right? But yeah, let's see what else wants to come through. Just continue to be open to the truth, even if it's something that you are unaware of, even if it's a truth that might make you uncomfortable. If it's a truth that serves you and supports you in the version of yourself that you're trying to become, or that you're becoming, then just allow that truth in, and let it soak in and integrate. And your angels, when you ask for the truth, the angels will come through for you. And sometimes, the truth can just be very direct and surprising, just like that Tower card energy that was showing up, but always in support of us in our journeys. So, overall things are looking pretty good for you. You do have clarity coming in. You are strengthening your confidence, your optimism, and you're just getting the reminder to stay present, stay connected with yourself and your angels and guides, and less worried about like having to work to manifest, or having to, where are the manifestations, or what do I need to do to manifest. It's more just about being right now and knowing that it's all happening. You have a lot of psychic energy and higher wisdom and knowledge coming through for you. So trust in that and know that it's coming from your angels and that you've asked for it on a deeper level. And yeah, the energy around you just feels good. So keep up the good work, and thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye. Hi there, Pile 2. So you chose the Ace of Swords or Ace of Scythes from the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Tarot. So we are going to be asking today, what truth do you need to hear from Spirit right now? Okay, so tapping into the higher dimensions, Spirit, God, Source, of the highest white light for the highest good of my pile number 2 and the collective. What truths do my pile number 2s need to hear right now, God? What truths do my pile number 2s need to hear right now? What truths do my pile number 2s need to hear right now? Some of these decks don't necessarily fly as easily as others. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles here. We have the Death card. For my pile number 2s, what truths do they need to hear right now, God? I'm hearing the phrase saving yourself. So I'm not sure what that means just yet, but we'll see. Maybe you're saving yourself from a situation that maybe you wanted somebody else to save you from, but now you're saving yourself and transforming in that way, allowing something to end in order for yourself to be quote unquote saved. I'm seeing someone being freed from shackles, which is interesting because we don't have like the Devil card showing up yet. But that's what I'm seeing. Freeing yourself from something, saving yourself. Potentially saving yourself could be protecting your energy from outside energies that are not a match to you, so that you can save yourself for the energies that are a match and that are healthy and resonating for you and your soul. We have the Nine of Wands. As I said, soul, we have Spike here regaining his soul after a long and arduous journey, which is what Nine of Wands talks about, is a long and arduous journey. So you could be saving yourself from something that's felt difficult, like a long journey where you've kind of taken some hits along the way, potentially. And it's kind of like you're understanding that something's got to change in order for me to like be safe and healthy within myself and my own body, my mind, body, and spirit. Let's see what else. It's funny when I get messages about dogs and readings, because I'm never sure like what the sort of point of it is, but I am seeing a dog. For some of you, there's a dog involved, or maybe somebody has a dog. Okay, we have the King of Cups, which talks about processing your emotions, honoring your emotions, holding space in a mature way for your emotions, being emotionally intelligent and evolved. Let's see here. The word support came through. So, I was talking about you saving yourself from something or a situation. Maybe part of you saving yourself is in seeking out support. Maybe now is a good time to seek out a therapist or a psychologist or counselor or a mentor or someone who can be there for you and listen to you and understand you and offer you sage words of advice coming from an emotionally intelligent place. That might be for some of you a good thing to seek out. But either way, there is a feeling of support that is available to you if you look for it, if you're open to it, as you're going through this transformational process, as you're sort of like feeling like worn out from whatever journey you've been on. It could be with a person, it could be with a work situation, it could be with school, it could be with a living situation, could be many number of things, but you just feel like it's time to like move in a new direction. And again, with the Queen of Pentacles here, it's really talking about, for me here, like your sense of safety and comfort and protection and well-being, overall well-being, right? And I was talking about saving yourself, saving your resources, saving your money. Maybe you've been in a situation where your resources have been drained, where you've been drained, and so it's time to seek out other sources of nourishment that can offer you something in support where you're not being drained anymore, and allowing things to change and end potentially, so that you can move in a better direction. I'm going to pull a few more cards to get some more clarity, and we'll see. For my pile number 2, God, what truth do they need to hear right now for their highest good? My pile number 2, what truth do they need to hear right now for their highest good? Okay, so we have the High Priestess showing up, talking about your intuition, your connection with the divine, your connection to your inner knowing, your connection to your sense of balance within yourself. You being able to see truth clearly and see through other people's sort of facades. And also you just knowing that it's time for something new, that you weren't meant to be in this situation long term, even though it's been long term for some of you, it's felt like, but you're not meant to be in this situation much longer, I guess is what I mean. You may be connecting with tarot, with psychics, with your own psychic insights and connection, with crystals, with animals. I was getting dog earlier, and here's a cat, so animals might be relevant for some of you. Your home space, the home might be involved in this situation in some way. And then the 3 of Cups wanted to come out. So this situation could be involving friends, other peers, other people, a friend group for some of you. Maybe you've been in a friend group for a while and it's just sort of maybe been taking from you or draining you in some type of way. That's for some of you. For others of you, this can talk about a friend group that is available to you, that is supportive. Maybe you're being encouraged to get out of this draining situation, to go out and connect with other people and just have fun, if it feels like it's healthy and aligned with you and where you're at. Maybe there are friends around you who can be supportive, and listen to you and offer advice. If this is like a workplace situation, maybe your friends are sort of offering advice on like what you could do to pivot or something, or shift your situation. But this does feel like something for you to consciously connect with, because we're talking about you saving yourself, you tapping into the other resources that you have available to you, you taking that step. So what else for my pile number 2? What truth do they need to hear right now? Oh, interesting. We have the 2 of Cups showing up after the 3 of Cups. So this situation could have to do with a partner, with love, with maybe a love situation where for a long time you didn't really know where you stood with this person or what the other person was thinking, and just kind of feeling like you want to give up. This could, in certain situations with some of you, this could talk about maybe a cycle that you've been in with a specific person, coming to an end and evolving to the next level in a positive way. Maybe this Nine of Wands here can also be a message of don't give up, keep doing what you're doing, keep going. Maybe you're almost at the point where, you're going to be in a better space with other people, with relationships, with a specific person possibly. They could be a water sign, or they could be very emotionally intelligent. Or in other situations, this could be a person that's coming in at some point, or rather that you're attracting into your energy, or that's already in your energy, as a potential person to connect with and confide in. Take it how it fits. It's going to look different for everybody. But let's see what else wants to come through here. What truth does my pile number 2 need to hear for their highest good right now, God? What truth does my pile number 2 need to hear for their highest good right now? Ace of Swords. So there's that card that you chose at the beginning coming through. You have that clarity coming through. You're going to have information coming through. You are gaining insight. What you're kind of sensing energetically is the truth. Your feelings are correct about the situation. And maybe you do feel like you just need to keep going and go a little bit longer, and everything will sort of balance out in your situation. Or this could be saying, like, I know that I have to end something for my own well-being and benefit and emotional well-being. Maybe you have to end a previous relationship in order to bring in something that's truly balanced. Maybe there was a third party situation involved. That's just for some of you. Take it how it fits. But again, take this all how it applies to your own situation. But definitely other people are involved here. There is an encouragement to connect on a deeper level with the right people. That is for sure. And obviously, if situations with other people are draining you, then to sort of allow that to transform and shift and change, and follow your intuition with it, because you are receiving clarity in sort of the psychic hits that you're getting. And obviously with the Queen of Pentacles, this is just talking about divine presence within yourself, and with your abundance, what you have, remembering gratitude, connecting with the earth, going out into nature. That also feels very nourishing. So let's see what other messages want to come in. I am now going to pull from the Prism Oracle here. For my pile number 2, what messages want to come through for my pile number 2? What messages of truth want to come through for my pile number 2? We have passion. So this can talk about those connections coming through, something that is mutual, reciprocal, and that activates you in some kind of way. For romantic love connections, intimate connections, this can talk about just that intensity between the two of you, that emotional connection that feels very life-giving and electrifying in some way, and exciting. This could be happening for you now in certain connections, or it could be incoming energy that you're calling in as you're shifting and transforming, and possibly just continue doing what you're doing and staying present is allowing this passionate new energy to come through for you. So yeah, that definitely is a message that I'm getting from the last cards we pulled of for many of you, it's just sort of keep doing what you're doing, knowing that you're naturally shifting, transforming, ending things that need to end, and moving into a new space as you're just staying present and flowing with it, and staying connected with your intuition. This beautiful, passionate new energy is making its way towards you. So let's see. We have hunger. Interesting. This reminds me of sort of like a lustful energy, potentially with passion here especially. But this can also just talk about deep desire that you are tapped into, to connect with other people, to connect with people who are worthy of you here with this solar plexus chakra, and, you know, understanding your own sense of self-worth and honoring your own sense of self-worth, so that the things that you crave and that you're hungry for, hungry to experience in this life, can come through, and that you don't have to deal with sort of the things that are like kind of blocking this energy or getting in the way. So let's see what else. For my pile number 2, truth that wants to be known right now. For my pile number 2, God. For my pile number 2, let's see here. Interesting, we have caution. So this could be talking about red flags with certain people and connections and situations in your life where you do need to create that space and sort of, you know, do what you need to do for your own well-being. It could be that other people's energies are draining you, and, you know, or, you know, like maybe if you were part of a friend group that was engaged with some toxic behavior, potentially this is saying pay attention to that and honor what you need. And if that's no longer serving you, it's important to move in a different direction. And we have more yellow showing up here. So again, this is talking about your sense of self-worth and empowerment in your own life. Let's see. Okay. And we have movement here. So moving away from toxic energy, moving towards what you want. And, you know, with this passionate energy here, it's kind of like you are generating a new energy. Just keep doing what you're doing and know that you're moving in the right direction as you're paying attention to your intuition, following what feels right to you, what feels good. So yeah, this all shows me that you are inviting in good energy. You're moving in a good direction. Just pay attention to the signs and how you're feeling about everything. Let that be your guide, right? So now I'm going to pull from this little handmade deck that I made, and we're just going to get messages that want to come out. So, Spirit, truth for my pile number 2. What truth wants to come out for my pile number 2, God? What truth wants to come out for my pile number 2? Okay, so we have fill your own cup. There you go, saving yourself. It's that energy of you doing what you need to do for you, for your own mental, physical, spiritual health. Sorry about that, pile 2. So yeah, this is really saying to do what you need to do for your own mental, spiritual, emotional, physical, financial health, all of it. It's not about other people, even though other people may be involved in this situation, and positive new connections are going to be coming in for sure. This is just a reminder that filling your own cup is the thing that allows these positive connections to thrive and come into your life and stick. So whatever this means to you, going on walks, watching videos on YouTube that you like, connecting with nature, eating good foods, exercising, reading books, just, you know, whatever you're interested in, tarot, sort of your metaphysical interests, if that's what you're into. What do we have? we have masculine energy. So maybe the situation we're talking about has to do with the masculine energy. Um, maybe this is saying that you need to sort of lean into your masculine energy in order to move away from a situation. If it feels toxic, you might have to take control in a more masculine way. Maybe you're more used to being in that feminine, submissive space, which is why maybe something that wasn't good or that was draining you kind of dragged out for a long time because you were too in the feminine and you were allowing that situation to sort of like cross your boundaries and overtake you in a way. So this is saying something about like tapping into your masculine energy in order to fill your own cup, in order to move in a different direction. Might be something for you to be aware of and think about, tap into. Okay, we have quiet the mind. So this just talks about presence and trusting your intuition. You know, maybe if you were in a not so great situation for a while, the mind got in the way of you moving in a different direction because of your concerns about how other people would be affected, or you know, the consequences of moving in a different direction. Maybe you were afraid of getting hurt in the process of you maybe standing up for yourself and, you know, doing what you need to do. The mind was sort of getting in the way and tricking you into thinking that it wasn't a good idea to take charge of your own experience. So this is really saying just to settle that energy down and just tap into your body, your solar plexus, your intuition, your gut is coming through big time. And what is your gut saying is the right thing? If you've been in a situation that's been causing pain or tension within your body, excuse me, then this is really asking you to honor that and take action, you know, coming from that space. And then we have it's time to make subtle moves forward. So this is talking about that new direction. You know, for some of you, the message was to just keep doing what you're doing. But for others, yeah, that is a good message for some of you, but for other people, it is time to pivot and turn in the different directions. Seek out other support systems outside of the friend group you're in or outside of the system that you're currently feeling locked in. It's time to kind of take that step out and start thinking in new directions and thinking about operating in a different way, because clearly if you've been stuck in a situation, the energy that you've been in has not been serving you because you're being drained. So this is really saying it's time to kind of shift that and take that next step out. Okay, we have energetically sublime here. So this is saying that as you're following your intuition and doing what you need to do for you, taking the action that you need to take in order to bring yourself peace, bring peace into your reality, like this is gonna feel really, really good to you. You're gonna feel the difference between whatever you were experiencing before and this new energy that you're inviting in. For others of you, this is all talking about as far as like love and romance is concerned. It's like as you're focused on yourself and your own interests and sort of your own hobbies, keeping yourself busy in your own life, taking action, doing things, not just waiting around for things to happen and thinking about what could happen. It's just saying to be in the energy of like movement, right? Because you had the movement card showing up before. As you're just getting out of the headspace and sort of the 5D energetic realm of like what hasn't anchored into 3D reality yet, as you're moving about the world, the physical world, and taking action, taking those steps forward, you're gonna feel really good about it because you're in a space now where you can see that mutual reciprocal energy is out there for you, and that you are shifting and changing, and you know, that everything that you've gone through up to this point is so worth it. Like you're seeing the improvements in your relationships, in the situations that you find yourself in. and you're finding that it's easier to become present in the moment, right? Because it's more enjoyable, because you're not in your head over analyzing and sort of expecting other people to do something for you. So it's like that's back to that saving yourself energy. Yeah. So again, I'm hitting on different aspects for different people watching. So just take what's fitting. But let's see what else for my pile number 2, God. Okay, this wants to come out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Make a big move. So more action, a lot of action-oriented energies showing up for you. This can talk about leaving a situation, moving house if you've been with roommates or something, or living with people and that situation is kind of expired. It's time to move. This is confirmation for you that it's time to head to the next thing. If you need to create space from people, this is encouragement to make that move. Stop thinking about what you want and start taking that action. Let's see what else is coming through. If you have been in a situation with a person and there's uncertainty about where you stand with them, it could be a friend, it could be a love interest. This is just saying, make that move. Somebody's got to take a step forward for anything to happen. It's time to get the energy moving. Take it as it fits, of course. I don't want you to go out and do something reckless just because this is saying make a big move if it doesn't feel right. Obviously, it's going to align with your own intuition. But as you're taking the action, you're going to feel really good again. So lastly, I'm going to pull from the Angel Answers Oracle deck, which is this. And we're going to see, Spirit, what truth does my pile number 2 need to hear right now for their highest good? God Source, for the highest good of my pile number 2, what truth do they need to hear right now? Okay, we have 2 cards. Okay, wow. So we have opportunity and we have in the near future. So this is really, when you're watching this video, the frequency is very potent for you to start taking those steps, to start pivoting, to start moving in a more aligned direction, for something to come together. Like, pay attention for opportunities that are coming up in your reality around you, with relationships, with, again, living environment, work opportunities. Be present and in the moment so that you can recognize these opportunities, because they're going to be coming in hot as of you watching this. And this is bringing in like abundance, and again, this like sublime energy that just feels so good, like you're being showered with blessings. Yeah. And also this talks about like opportunities that you can pick up on around you to fill your own cup, to be your own best friend, to support yourself, to save yourself. I mentioned the whole therapist thing at the beginning. That could be something for some of you. An opportunity to find the perfect therapist could be coming in the near future. That's just one example. An opportunity to connect with a love interest could be ripe, coming up here. So it's just pay attention to whatever you're kind of wanting to connect with in a positive way, to grow you and move you forward. It's all kind of happening. So, and that movement is happening. So very exciting. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully these messages resonated. If they did, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hope to see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. So you chose the Ace of Swords card from the Pulp Tarot. So today we are going to be looking at truth that your spirit guides, God, the divine, want to relay to you right now for your highest good and the highest good of the collective. So for my pile number 3, God, from the highest white light, the highest truth, for the highest good of my pile number 3 in the collective. A lot of these cards like to come out in clumps. So let's see here. God source for my pile number 3. What message from spirit? Just my pile number 3 need to hear. Okay. We have the 9 of Swords coming out. We have the Ace of Cups coming out. We have the High Priestess coming out. Okay, pile number 3. Truth from the divine for my pile number 3. I'm hearing the word resort. I don't know why, very random. Could be talking about traveling, staying at a resort. It could be talking about like the last resort or something. Some of you could be dealing with a situation where you have to turn to your last resort in order to resolve the situation. It's too many. Just one spirit for now. Thank you. One card. Truth that my pile number 3 needs to hear. Okay. So we have the 10 of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles is coming out with that. So we'll put that there. Okay, so last resort kind of resonates with that 10 of Swords energy I'm picking up. Let's see. It's interesting when you're getting like positive energies like the Ace of Cups with the High Priestess alongside sort of heavier, chaotic, painful energies like the 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. You know what? I would like to pull more cards just to expand upon this situation. I don't know. I'm hearing you're waiting for the right moment for something. You're waiting for the right moment is coming through, which can be that Knight of Pentacles energy, that slow, methodical energy of waiting for the right timing. You could be overthinking, overanalyzing. Maybe we have an ending here, but then we have a new beginning here. Maybe you're ending something, ending a situation because there's already something better lined up that you know you could be moving towards, and maybe there's just fear around ending this other thing, so you're kind of taking your time and like being methodical with like how you're doing it, being strategic with how you're going to end this old situation, because it feels like with this Ace of Cups and High Priestess, it feels like you already can sense this new, better energy around you or coming in, so you're trying to get away from this old thing or end it. This could be anything. This could be a work situation where you have a new job lined up, and so you're kind of figuring out how to get out of your old situation. This could be a romantic connection. It could be a friend connection. Ace of Cups talks about a new emotional beginning. So you're tapping into something better that feels better to you than whatever you've been in and whatever you're trying to kind of like close out. That's sort of what's coming through. Let's get more spirit for my pile number 3. We have the 7 of Swords. So a situation where you kind of have to like put on a face, put on a mask, to sort of keep the peace is coming through. It feels like maybe you're walking on eggshells in a situation that you're trying to get out of, and worried about it and having to kind of fake it till you make it, or just fake it in order to survive the situation that you're in, so that you can just like somehow get to this situation that you know is better. Maybe you're in a relationship that isn't working for you and you're just worried about how to get out of it because there's something better there for you that you already sense. What else do we have here? We have the Seven of Pentacles, so more of that sort of slow energy of like waiting for something, waiting for the right timing again, having to be patient. Maybe the new situation that is better is like not quite lined up yet for you, but so you're trying to like figure out how to be where you're at while still like moving towards what you actually want, what feels better. We have the King of Cups showing up, so that does talk about possible romantic connections. Many people who watch tarot readings are wondering about romantic connections, so that would not surprise me. You know, maybe there's a better person around you, and you're wanting to connect with them, but you're sort of stuck in this old situation where you can't be truthful or your authentic self, and you're really wanting this other connection that's made itself known to you. That's just for some of you. For others of you, like you're just in a bad situation that you know you have to end so that you can move towards whatever positive possibilities are out there for you again, and you're attracting someone who's more emotionally intelligent, more on your level, who can meet you in the heart space where you are. Okay, so then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there is a new opportunity coming through at some point here, as of you watching this video, for like this new energy to come in. We have two aces here. So you're clearly focused on the new energy and just trying to survive in whatever old energy you've been in. This could be work related too, where you're in a job that you don't like and you're just waiting for this opportunity to come in and ground itself. But this is telling me that like the waiting around is going to be worth it because it's coming. It's going to happen. Like even if it's not the exact job you're wanting, it's like the new thing is coming in 100%. Any other messages with these cards here? This is really just telling me where you're at right now. So it will resonate if this is your situation. But it definitely feels like whatever new energy you're moving towards is a lot healthier, is a lot better, will fulfill you more. So you definitely do want to be leaving this old energy, and you already know that because you're tapped in. You can sense, you're tapped into your emotions, you're tapped into like what's right for you, and you're listening to your intuition and to the divine guiding you in this new direction. So now I'm going to pull from the Prism Oracle here, and we'll see what else wants to come through. What truth does my pile number 3 need to know right now, God, for their highest good and the highest good of the collective? What truth does my pile number 3... Okay, so we have growth showing up. We have intuition showing up. There's that intuition, that high priestess energy showing up again, using your third eye to guide you, knowing that you're going to be growing in a different direction. Maybe you've been outgrowing whatever situation you've been in. You just know that you're on a growth, expansive trajectory here. My pile number 3, God. So we have ideation. So that's more of that kind of figuring out, overthinking, like, how am I going to get out of this? And that's not always a bad thing, but you don't want this to bring you anxiety or disturb your peace, because, you know, that's only going to make your current situation more difficult, and maybe on some level bringing in that overthinking energy and that worry is helping motivate you to get out of it because it's so uncomfortable. But for others of you, maybe you are just like needing to sort of think about new directions, think about like practical ways in which you can like move towards this better energy that you're in contact with or sensing. Trusting yourself, trusting the feel, your emotions and the intuitive hits that you're getting around this bad situation. You know, trusting the good things that are waiting for you. I would be interested to get some advice for you. I'm gonna pull from this little handmade deck that I made, and we're gonna ask for advice for you in whatever situation you're in right now. Advice for you. For my pile number 3, God. What's advice for my pile number 3 in their current situation? So we have asked the divine for guidance, pray. So when you're overthinking and overanalyzing and it's not serving you and it's just causing more discomfort, really turn to the divine to help you. Ask for help, ask for clarity, ask for a way out. Because when you ask the divine, they always come through, always. You just have to be paying attention. So let's see, what else for my pile number 3? Advice for them right now. Make a big move. So that's advice to definitely get out of the situation that you're in. Do whatever you need to do to put an end to this discomfort. Obviously, in a healthy, balanced way, following your intuition. Don't just be reckless. But it's better to take action coming from an authentic place than overthinking because you're worried about what it would mean if you were to authentically act. That's just hurting you and trapping you, and causing you to feel repressed somehow. For my pile number 3, okay. Masculine energy. This is very similar to messages coming through for pile number 2. So this is talking about taking action and getting out of the headspace and really dropping into the body. What is your body telling you? Is your body feeling safe and comfortable in your current situation? Or is your body telling you that you need to get out and move towards something that's better and more fulfilling? This can also talk about a true masculine energy that's around you or that's coming into your life, like that King of Cups earlier, that you really need. Maybe if you're in a partnership or have been in a partnership with a man or someone who claims or who identifies in the masculine energy, this could be saying that their masculine energy was out of balance in some way. And hang on, I'm just going to plug in my camera. Okay. Yeah, there could have been an imbalance in their masculine energy. So whatever kind of you're wanting to shift towards is more healthy. Okay, God. For my pile number 3, truth that they need to hear right now. Starry-eyed wonder and awe. So that's kind of the star card coming through of where's the good energy guiding you? Follow the good energy. You don't want to be where the bad energy has been hurting you. You want to move towards the light and have that sense of optimism that moving towards the light is the right direction for you. Yeah. Let's see what else comes up. Practice makes perfect. Habits, working on yourself. So this is all part of your growth process of learning how to stand up for yourself and take action for your own best interest and not just let sort of not great situations kind of spin around you. You're working on that. You're working on aligning your energies and your focus more on positive aligned energies and understanding what got you into the situation that you've been in and wanting to get out of. What got you into that situation to begin with, so that you can just learn how to align with more positive energies moving forward. What else? What truths do my pile number 3s need to hear right now, God? Let's see here. Okay, so we have let go, and we have change and transformation. So that's very much speaks for itself about letting go of something that is causing you distress, letting go, allowing yourself to, if you identified with that heavy energy, that draining energy in the past, it's about allowing yourself to transform and shift and change, so that you can receive something better, and not feel like you're trapped in a situation and only seeing better energies outside of your own little bubble. Knowing that you can become one with those positive energies and taking action in that direction for yourself. Not letting people walk all over you, not submitting to negative energies, but taking charge in that masculine sense, rebalancing your masculine feminine. This pile is very similar to pile 2. So if you felt drawn to either of these piles, you could watch that for similar messages. But yeah, I do feel like you are in the process of letting go and moving towards what's good for you, because you receiving this message is in effect you being receptive to like what you actually need to shift to better your life. Okay, so lastly, we're gonna pull from the Angel Answer Oracle deck here. So for my pile number 3, God, what do they need to know right now? What truth do they need to know for their highest good? Okay, so we have abundance coming through. So this is about tapping into the energy of abundance and positivity so that you can feel comfortable and safe to make those moves for yourself in a better direction. Oftentimes we don't make those moves because we're feeling lackful, like we won't have enough, or like we're going to be hurt, abandoned, wounded in the process of doing what we need to do for our highest good. So this is saying, as an abundance isn't just money, right? Maybe you've been concerned about money. Maybe that's been involved in your decisions, in your kind of struggle. But abundance is a frequency that you tap into. It's not just money that you have in your bank account. So abundance is a knowing and understanding that you have everything that you need, and that what's healthy and uplifting and positive for you is there for you. So, yeah, this is really just saying tap into that knowing that what is meant for you is there if you leave this old situation behind. And if you kind of get out of the headspace and into your body, and that's where abundance energy is. Abundance energy is, yes, it's a mentality, but it's not. It's a state of being. It's not a state of thinking that you're in necessarily. It's not like active thinking. That's not what abundance is. Abundance is in a present, clear knowing that all is well, all will be well, that you are worthy of having everything you need and having your needs met. So if you leave a situation where your needs aren't being met, then you're opening the space to experience a situation where your needs can be met, as long as you're using your discernment, having boundaries, and only entertaining that which can fill your cup. So yeah, and this is also just saying like things are going to be getting better for you, and as you kind of make these moves and take action based on your intuition, how you're feeling, like that's really going to be rewarding for you. So yeah, I hope these messages resonated. If they did, I would love for you to comment, like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm still growing my channel, and I really appreciate each and every one of you who've been joining me here. Yeah, I'm still working on my personal readings thing, but that will be, I will talk about that shortly in future videos. And hope to see you in the next one. So thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are. Bye.